Oh, the Leafs finally beat the Avalanche. Not so fast, dude. I think the Avs are challenging it. The entire game? Yeah, I think so. Dude, it's the NHL. What, are you surprised?
Hi! Victory Puppy! Plan the parade!
I have no idea what I'm doing.
God, to the riches of Leafs! This team is ruining my life! Victory Puppies was an avalanche of treats!
That didn't work the way I thought it would. Charlie, just let Iggy have some. Iggy, you gotta get in there. Get more aggressive. Dig in the corners. Do not trade Kapanen. Leafs Kappa win 5-2 over the Colorado Avalanche. Yeah, but the Avs are struggling. Yeah, and that's their problem. Every time you win, it's 2 points. I want to start with this. Avalanche fans, if I were you, I don't even know. This is fascinating. Some teams are just really good, and that's all they are. It's very simple. Some teams are having awful seasons. The Ducks I went off on recently. The Avs are in such a weird position. When they're hot, they have a top 5, arguably the top line in hockey. They're not a particularly deep team, but they got some guys. They got some guys in the system. They have the Ottawa Senators first round pick, which might be the first overall pick, and they have their own first round pick, which at this rate might be the first overall pick. It was a joke at the beginning of the season, but there is a greater than 0% chance that the Avs could get both Jack Hughes and Kaapo Kakko. Or whoever goes second, I just hope it's Kakko because it's fun to say. If the Avs decide to be sellers, there's plenty of guys they could get rid of. Or they could try to find a way to keep everyone, and because they have those 2 first-round picks, they'd be fine. A lot of rebuilding requires debuilding, and they don't even need to do that. Plus, they already sort of did it 2 years ago. The concerning thing to me is this. A lot of folks out there, myself included, were like, maybe Jared Bednar should be fired. I mean, they got less than 50 points in the standings. But Joe Sakic, who has redeemed himself, kept Bednar around, and Bednar redeemed himself. But now they had this good start to the season and a line that just couldn't stop, and they're tanking. And it all sort of coincides with McKinnon yelling at Bednar. It just seemed like there was some sort of poison in the locker room a couple years ago, and that it went away. And now I'm looking at this team, and I'm like, has it? Like, the Leafs are 6-1-1 in their last 8. That's great. But this game was a godsend. They've been begging for a game like this. Think of all the positive things that happened. Marner, who's been a little quieter of late, was still connecting with Tavares. They're a dynamic duo. Matthews Kapanen in this game is back. And all the way down on the third line, all of a sudden, Nazem Kadri and William Nylander is becoming a problem. Add Johnson to that, and it's ridiculous. The power play scored a bunch. Whether they were winning or losing, the Leafs were still struggling, and hockey seemed hard. Outside of the first period, this was not a hard game for the Leafs. And that's sort of the thing I've been saying. Even some of the weaker opponents the Leafs have played recently have made it hard on them. The Avs are not there. So it seems like something is wrong there. It's not all bad. You got 2 first-round picks. They could potentially be the first and second overall picks, and you have a few of the best contracts in the league, including Nathan McKinnon's, which is straight up the best contract in the league. $6.3 million? Are you joking? $6.3 this year and for 4 seasons after. That guy should be making Tyler Seguin money minimum. Things aren't bleak, but work needs to be done. Speaking of work that needs to be done, the Leafs to start a game! I'm back to saying this out loud because it's something I genuinely think. I think they start games bad on purpose. Dude, it's been like 3 years of this! Avalanche like crazy out of the gate, and Kapanen was amazing in this game, and Matthews was amazing in this game, and Tavares was amazing in this game. So many players were good. The MVP was Freddie. Freddie had to be so sharp early on. Well, I mean, Kapanen did have that breakaway, but it didn't go in. So you know what the strategy is, naturally. Do it again! This is one of the Leafs' goals of the year. The Avs try to chip it in. Matthews glove save? Matthews stops it with his glove and immediately brings it down to his stick and fires the most beautiful saucer pass. Lands on Kapanen's hand on the blue line. And because it's a Leafs game against the Avalanche, I'm like, that goal will never count. Streaks in, Kasperi Kapanen. Oh yeah, in the celly. Oh, Kapanen loves to score goals, and thank goodness it's 1-0 Leafs. A few minutes later, not the greatest look for the Leafs. A play that starts and ends with a slap shot, sorta. Samuel Girard bombs it around the boards and just rings it around. Then he just heads to the bench. Kerfoot retrieves it, he sends it to the point to Ryan Graves, and the Avalanche literally only have 4 players on the ice right now. And nobody picks up on that. Graves, who's obviously got a nice shot, is wide open, blam! Beats Freddie, it's a 1-1 game after 1. And things don't start much better in the second, my goodness, Leafs! Okay, producer Drew from the Hat Picks and Dang It's videos, he's an Avalanche fan. And heading into this, he's like, oh, enjoy the easy win, we haven't been doing well. And I'm like, no, you shut up with that reverse psychology. And fans have been doing that to me all season because the Leafs are supposed to be good. And I'm like, don't you self-deprecate, that is our thing! No one loves and hates their team more than we do. And I'm watching the first Avalanche outshoot the Leafs 17-9, and I'm like, his ridiculous reverse reverse psychology is working. Freddie's still having to come up big. Tyson Barrie gets called for tripping Zach Hyman. Oh, the Leafs are on the power play. Like, that's gonna work. And the darndest thing happened. It did. Riley keeps the puck in at the point. He sends it to Marner, who barely keeps it, sends it down low to JT, and the darndest thing happened again. You know how everyone's like, how does everyone always forget that Ovechkin's there? How do you forget that Austin Matthews is there? The answer to that trivia question is everyone's looking at John Tavares, because, I mean, he's pretty good too. Matthews gets it with a wide open net, scores. He's not gonna miss that. And he's fired up. He loves to score goals. He loves to score power play goals even more, because, well, he never gets to do it. But oh my goodness, they tried something new, and lo and behold, it worked. Dude, I don't care if the Avalanche have been struggling. The Leafs actually tried something new and it worked. Because even though he's effective in this role, the Leafs have been basically making JT into James Van Riemsdyk on the power play. Just go ahead and bang it in, garbage goal. But dude, he's not like Thomas Holmstrom or like David Clarkson when he had that one crazy year, and that's all he did. Leaf fans are like, what crazy year? No, with the Devils. Tavares should be moving the puck, touching the puck at very least. You get it down to JT, and if he has a little bit of space, he's a little bit further away from the net. Nas is the net front garbage guy. I think the issue with the power play is they've all been in this big clump, and Marner keeps trying to feed passes through it, and it's just not working. This allows the Leafs to spread the other team out a little bit, and it worked. Very shortly after, JT Compher high sticks Travis Dermott, and it's a double minor. Don't make him bleed his own blood. He's adorable. This has been a funny thing about the Leafs and how young they are. People go, oh my god, they look like literal children. And I'm like, have you seen pictures of Wayne Gretzky when he started? Believe it or not, most people in their early 20s look young. It's just after they've been in the league for a long enough time, they take a puck to the face like Morgan Riley, they take a stick to the teeth like James Neal, or they take a high stick like Travis Dermott. Henrik Lundqvist wears a mask and look at him. Oh my goodness, the Leafs look like children. Give it a sec. And oh, the Avs pay. Early in the power play, oh, this made me so happy. Morgan Riley gets the puck at the point and he winds up for the slap shot, and he doesn't take it. That is fine. What's important is that the Avalanche thought he might. Creativity, diversity, versatility, this is what this power play needs. And because of that little moment's hesitation, everything's a little bit behind. Riley to Matthews. Matthews loads it up, but that's not a shot either. And because of that little moment's of hesitation, John Tavares is wide open. The Avs realize that, panic and go, oh shoot, and just abandon whatever they were doing and go to him. The puck is on Tavares' stick for 0.2 seconds before he sends it to Nas. Nas with the sort of one-timer snapper scores. 12 shots last game, no goals. You bet he earned this one. And the Leafs are up 3-1. Riley changing it up at the point a little bit. John Tavares getting some touches. And something I haven't even mentioned yet, the Avs are guarding Marner because they think everything goes through Marner, and they're right. So what the Leafs did was make them wrong. Listen, Colorado didn't have a good night, but the Leafs tried some things that screwed them up. And oh, it was early in the double minor, so we're not even done yet. About 20 seconds into the second half of the power play, they're still announcing the goal on the speaker. William Nylander assuming the role of Mitch Marner on the second power play unit. He throws it on, stop it, there's a panic in front, a scramble, a rebound. Patty can't get to it, Johnson can't get to it, the Avs can't get to it, except for Ryan Graves. And you can't even blame him, he didn't mean to do it, it was just a split-second thing. He sort of bats the puck into open ice. Unfortunately, there's a Leaf lurking there because it's 5-on-4. That's how a power play works. It's Kapanen. He fires it in. Ooh, off the post. That was a little bit unnecessary, Cappy. He scored! 4-1 Leafs, the best lead for the Leafs to have, and all of a sudden they have 3 power play goals because the hockey gods are jerks. Didn't this happen earlier this season? The Leafs were on a horrible power play slump, and then one game they went like 3 for 4. Oh, I was working on ice surfing last night, and our stat man, Stan Narodka, had a crazy stat. So Kapanen's first goal of the game, the breakaway goal, was his 17th goal of the season. If I remember correctly, that tied Kasperi Kapanen for the league lead in goal scoring among players who had yet to score a power play goal. Number 18, by the way, he has 18 goals, was his first power play goal of the season. And just this morning before I started shooting this video, they changed that goal slightly. Patrick Marleau gets an assist on it. It was originally unassisted, I think. Okay, the important thing is the Leafs have the lead. Now here's the problem with games against teams that are struggling where you start to run up the score a little bit. It gets chippy. Sort of happened against the Ducks. It definitely happened against the Avalanche. Landeskog just blowing Muzzin up. But the Leafs still escaped the frame with a 3-goal lead. Pretty good, right? Well, you know what's better than that is a 4-goal lead. Puck in the offensive zone. Philip Grubauer now in net for the Avs. And Willie's hungry on that puck. He's fast, he's first to it, and he's fighting guys off. He gets the puck cleanly, goes around the Avalanche net. It looks like a benign play. He's gonna have to do something in order to turn this into something. Out of nowhere! Hi, welcome to Willie's. William Nylander over to Nazem Aggression Kadri. It's his middle name, I learned that. 12 shots, no goals. One game, 3 shots, 2 goals the next. 5-1 Leafs. About halfway through the third, the Leafs on a penalty kill, they kill it off, but Gerard just keeps it in at the point. Dermott's like, no! He doesn't get there on time. Gerard puts it on, Kerfoot puts it in, it's 5-2. But the Leafs never really in danger of choking on that. Is 17 shots against in the first, 10 in the second, 9 in the third. This is what I'm talking about with the Avs, man. There's just not enough fight. I mean, credit to the Leafs for sure, and Babs trying out all these weird pairs. Riley played 22 and a half, Dermott played 16 and a quarter, but everyone else was 18 to 19 minutes. And most importantly, Leafs win. Questions. Why did you not start with an orange pepper? Okay, for those of you who watch this channel but not the podcast channel, I did a silly thing yesterday. So, months ago, I did a live stream. It was on this channel, and I was talking about the hockey tournament I was going to play in the fall, raising money for Easter Seals, which is a charity for kids with physical disabilities. And I jokingly, flippantly said, hey, if someone donates $5,000 to Easter Seals, I'll eat a pepper. Not a hot pepper. I like those. I like spicy food, really spicy food. One time I ordered chicken wings and the waitress asked how I want them and I said so hot that I don't enjoy them, and when she came to check on me a few minutes later, she asked how they were and I said they're awful, thank you. Bell peppers I hate. There are certain foods I don't like. There are certain foods where I eat and I go, ugh, that's kind of gross, but I'm able to eat it. Bell peppers, I can't. So what happens? Someone named Mike Schmidt donated $10,000 to Easter Seals, which means go to YouTube pepper. No, that was never part of the deal. So finally, on the most recent podcast, on live stream actually, I ate the damn pepper. I ate it like an apple, and I hated it. And a lot of people were like, what? Green's the worst one. Get a red or an orange or something that's sweeter. Here's what I don't think you're understanding about my aversion to bell peppers. There was no scenario where I was going to enjoy this. And also, I didn't want you hanging it over my head like, well, it wasn't a green pepper. Because some of you sadists wanted me to not enjoy it as much as possible. So I wanted to shove that in your face. But seriously, EasterSeals.org. Donate. It's a very nice charity. God, I'm glad it's over. That's Cappy, right? Let me check. Yeah, it is. Twice. Listen, there's just no scenario where the Leafs should trade him or even let him go. I was talking to someone yesterday. They're like, what if Kapanen gets offer sheeted? What if he's offer sheeted to like $4 million? And I said, $4 million? You sign him. I don't care what else you got to do. You make it work. You sign him. How many players in the league can even keep up with him on a straightaway? Like 5? He's incredibly fast. He's tenacious, hardworking, can play in all scenarios. He's been great in the playoffs, and he has a shot that appears to be getting better and better. You do not give up this player. And if you do, it better be for the sun and the moon. I never want to give up Janssen. And by the way, that line was so great last night. Moving Janssen up with Kadri and Nylander, that has crazy potential. I don't want to lose Janssen, but if I had to choose between the two, I know who I'm picking. Okay, I want to end with this one because a lot have been asking it, and I've been asking myself. What's going on with Marner? He's had some legitimately bad games recently. Glad you asked that, Hardiv. So I sort of asked that on the podcast, and I brought up, I wonder if he's legitimately distracted by all this contract nonsense. Which, if I recall, was exactly what the agent didn't want to do. Now, look, it could be that. It could be. But the more I think about it, that is completely a guess. And it's also lazy, and I kind of feel bad for even saying it. And here's how good Mitch Marner is, and here's the standard that he set for him and the expectations we have for him. We're talking about this like he had a bad game. He had an assist. He puts up points, he creates, leaves goals, even when he's having a bad night. When he's having a bad night, he falls back to a point per game, just one. Oh. So I'm watching this game, and I went back and I watched the highlights of the game, and I'm like, well, what's different here? To me, he doesn't quite have the same pop, the spring in his step. Not necessarily one of the fastest players in the league, but he is fast, and he's got this crazy first step where he just gets away from people. And we're humans, and we're biased towards things that have happened recently, and the contract controversy happened recently, so a lot of us are pointing at that. But you know what else has happened recently? He's blocked a lot of shots. And he did it again in this game, too. Like, he's fighting, he's battling. I wonder if one of his feet is just a little banged up or something. Not necessarily so much that he should be out of the lineup, but he's laboring a bit. And on top of that, the Leafs are on the road, and they're going to be on the road for a long time, and they're traveling a lot, and he's not as comfortable as he would usually be. Or, I'm going to throw another lazy one out there. Maybe players just don't score 2 and 3 points every game. Maybe Marner is not exactly playing his best hockey of the season, but a lot of the rest of the team seems to be stepping up and picking up the slack, and that's okay. There have been too many games this season where Marner was doing all the work. So on the list of players you shouldn't really worry about, Don't worry about Mitch Marner, he'll be fine. Last thing, hey, I wrote a book. I told you that. No, wait, this is great though. So, if you go to indigo.ca and buy the book this week from February 11th to 17th, this book is 40% off. If you've already bought it, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy it. And if you haven't bought it yet, I hope you buy it and enjoy it. Now, I've already had some Americans reach out to me and go, well, okay, the price is great, but the shipping is crazy. For the Americans, I believe there's a deal on Amazon right now. The book is also available at Barnes & Noble. And I keep saying this, pre-orders are great, and if you pre-order it, I'm super grateful, but it's gonna be in stores. You can buy it when it's out if you want. And consider this, the audiobook's not even available yet. And that's still slated to be on sale the same day that the book comes out, March 19th. So I really hope you like it. I wouldn't have written it, I wouldn't have put it out there if I thought it sucked. I think it's alright. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends to donate to easterseals.org. And if they like peppers, that's great. I don't. I like Kapanen. Is that okay?